All right, and I am live. Good morning, Mr. Z in the chat. Nice to see you this morning. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday hump day. The heat is on in Vegas today. I think it's supposed to be 108 to 110 degrees. Every time you hear that horn going off, that's because the guy in the crane is lifting up something, and everybody has to be aware. Good morning, Allison. Good morning, Matt and Eric. Nice to see you, handsome guys in the chat. Jack Day Blue, Darlene, good morning to you. How you doing, Shamaj? Nice to see you. Prayers for Divinity. Yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about here. How you doing, Winky? Good morning, Almost Uber. Nice to see you. Cute kitty cat survivor in the chat. Prayers for Vinny G for sure. Hey, Cindy. How are you, Tomahawks? Tomahawk Sean in the chat. Good morning to you. Hello, Maria Sano. What's going on with Vinny? Just saw Sean's mess. Good morning, Tom Finland. How are you doing, Holly? Nice to see you. Bella Rose, the Queen of Buffalo. Anybody else I missed? Apologies. Nellen, Penny Pincher. Good morning, Cupcake. At the morning coffee. We hope to travel out west someday. Would love to meet you. The Rancho is always open. Got a couple knee braces. I'm really surprised how well hey, Susan, free birdie in the chat. I'm really surprised how well my knee is held up. Now, as far as what happened to Vinny, we'll wait a couple more minutes for people to get into the chat. Just enjoying my morning coffee. Nice, the hotel here provides morning coffee. New chatter, Mrs. Nevin, longtime lurker since your Salt Lake videos. Thank you for being aboard. Good morning, Judge. Good morning to you. Judge not. I like that, Judge not. That should be the theme of the Boyd, you know. Judge not. The 10 Commandments of the Boyd. I think Vinny will probably be okay. Good morning, Megan Fox, you sweetheart. Good morning, 60s. That should be one of the... yeah, the church was good last night. We'll get into that last night. And my thoughts on people that criticize street streams and all that. Zeus Phillips, good morning. Draft Torp Diva. Good morning, Jinxie. Yeah, hashtag good thoughts for Vinny. Yeah, he's too evil to die. No, you're not overstepping me, Quinny. How you doing, Glinda? I'm not sure if it happened on his live or not. Tell you the truth, guys, I woke up this morning and Awesome Hooker was kind enough to message my phone, and I got the message that Vinny had a thumbs up or appreciated everybody. I clicked on my phone in the morning. I checked my phone messages. I checked my Gmail. I checked my YouTube comments and things. And I was very sad to see that Vinny had a stroke last night. Make the best of every day. Thank you, Kenny G, and thank you for being on the stream last night. Your wonderful support. Are you at a coffee spot? Good morning, Chris. No, I'm just sitting at the hotel here under a bit of shade. It's not unusual. Vinny recently broke his ankle. I guess it was about 4 days ago. Yeah, you're going to get a lot of back noise here because I'm sitting outside. How you doing, Harvey? And one of the complications you can have, particularly, certainly Vinny's not old by any stretch of the imagination, but when you were older and you suffer a bone break or something like that, it's not that unusual to be at risk for blood clot because of all the healing that's going on in that area. And all it takes is one bit to start to coagulate together and form a clot there. And if part of that clot breaks free, then you're at risk for a stroke, and that's what happened to Vinny G. As to how serious it is, I have no idea how serious it is, but I would ask everybody to say a prayer for Vinny G. He's one of the true entertainers of YouTube, and he always puts a fun twist on things. And yeah, sometimes he goes a little crazy. Yeah, he had an injury prior, Megan. He's been suffering. You know, he had somebody smashed into him, a car wreck. Some Chinese guy in Melbourne had smashed into him and caused a lot of injury. He just broke his foot too, yeah. And when you have a clot and you have a break, you're at risk for a clot, particularly when you're older, because you can imagine that, you know, that's an internal bleeding within the body there. So, yikes, get well. So it is kind of sad, but I think Vinny will be strong. Vinny's got something really good. It's just waking up. Vinny has a great family support system there. He's got a lot of daughters. He's got a wife that loves him very much, and he's got a lot of fans here on YouTube. Yeah, that's good, Quinny. Quinny's saying evidently not too bad. He's a tough man. He will. How you doing, Nathan? Yeah, if anybody can get well, it is Vinny. Of course, what a stroke is a blood clot that blocks the arteries to, you can have an embolism land in a heart chamber. The worst ones land in the brain, and they cut off the blood flow to a certain area of the brain. That's why people typically droop on the left side, because that's the first flow point going up here. And if you have that blockage, it basically, yeah, the lungs is common too. It's basically going to cut off the flow of blood supply and oxygen, and actually part of your brain dies. Okay, so it's pretty dangerous. We don't know yet where to send cards. We'll see. Like I say, I want to thank Awesome Hooker for sending me the. She has my phone number, and I'm on a message group of hers. So I said which side, but I cannot. It's usually on the left side. It's affected. Oh, Diva, you had a brain stroke already. They're not fun. In the mid-1970s, I think my grandmother was about 80 years old, and she suffered a first stroke. She recovered from that. She went back to work. She worked as a seamstress in a dress shop after retirement for a few extra dollars. Good morning, Jen. And about 9 years later, she had a second stroke, and she fully recovered from that and went back to work again, and she died at 99 years old. So you can recover. Jockey Blue says my ex had a massive at 53. Yeah, he hates it, but just, you know, we just got to stand by. More information will come out down there. So I got my fingers crossed. Afternoon, Jeff. I'm not sure what happened to Coach 9500. I don't know. Did he strip out his channel? Vinny G had a stroke, Missy Jenn. Vinny G had suffered a stroke within the last 24 hours. Hospitalized. Hello, Vampira. Made him so mean, hence my ex. Oh, wow. So it's nothing to fool around with. They do have these things called clot busters now, these drug that they administer, and it really is a wonder drug. It can, if they can get to you within 15 minutes or so, or whatever it is, and they can administer this, get you on this IV, it'll actually break up the clot and prevent permanent damage. So we'll see. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Sitting right in the middle of the construction zone. He had a stroke Monday. The stroke was on the left side of his brain. It affected his right. Oh, okay. Sometimes it affects one side, usually the left side. Aloha. Yeah, usually people get affected on the left side. Sometimes it's confused with Bell's palsy, which is a temporary condition. Yeah, there's a lot of workers over there. Are you set up next to a chop shop? I think I am, Jordan Blue. I'll give you guys a look over here. They're doing construction right up the new Grand Tower. They're putting up the new Grand Tower. Son of a... Kevin, I'm gonna just lay down here. What they're doing, so good when it stops. Good morning. Good morning. What they're doing is they're raising up large sections of wall, steel studs there, and they have to secure that to the concrete down below. So anyway, everybody, please give a thought, even if you're not a praying person or a religious person. Let's give a prayer. Good morning, forever friend. How are you? Let's give a spare thought and a prayer for Vinny G. Last night's stream was a really great stream. Had an epic time last night. We met a guy from Kenya, very rare. Towards the end of the stream, and what an interesting guy. One of the greatest things about street streaming is you never know who you're going to meet on the street. And he was a nice guy. He was very clean, a musician, a rapper, and I can't believe he came all the way from Kenya. What a rarity to be on there, you know, to be in Las Vegas. And I never quite figured out how he got to Las Vegas, but that was cool. Yeah, it doesn't seem like college football. Oh, thank you very much, thank you very much, Winky. Now, some people will continue to criticize the street streams that I do and the people that we interact with. Some people, I would say the overwhelming majority, probably 90% of the people get it, that we're out there to show a side of whatever town we go to, whatever city we go to, so you get the whole feel of the whole city. Everybody knows the strip up there, all the stuff that goes on the strip. A lot of people know the downtown Fremont Street area, but they really don't know how the regular people live down here and what life is like on the streets. And as soon as you clear the tourist area here, you're in an area where people are living and scratching out a living around here, and you meet some very interesting people. But a couple of my takeaways. Number one, just because somebody is on the street does not mean that they're homeless. Okay, most of these people that I talk to, yeah, you're good, Megan. Most of these people I talk to on here, on the streets, they have a place to go, but they prefer it's their socialization. They don't have internet, they don't hang on phones. So what do you do in that particular case? You don't have internet, you don't have a phone, you might have a TV, with just basic through-the-air service. You hang out on the streets. That's your socialization. That's your YouTube. Yeah, the med is tapped. Okay, $20,000 a dose. Oh, how you doing, Rebecca? Nice to see you, honey. Hope you and your mom are doing well. Yeah, top world famous porn star living. That's not me. I mean, I'm a top one, but I'm not in the tunnels. I'm not in the tunnels yet. Okay, I'm not in the tunnels yet. But here's the deal. Thank you very much, Winky. What does it say more about the person who criticizes the street stream and the people? You know, if you come on to another person's chat, how you doing, JK? And you're like, well, Rosie just hangs out with bums and lowlifes on the streets of Las Vegas. You're the one really making the judgment about those people, not me. Not me. Towards the end of the stream, the last 15 minutes, a tall, good-looking black guy came up behind us, and he said, like, I saw what you did back there. And he was kind of torn about it. And then he's like, yeah, you know, you came at that with a high level of respect. You can hear him on the camera. Everybody counts for something in the world. And these, to me, are the most interesting people. These are the most interesting people that you can meet on the stream, is people on the street that keep it real, okay? You go up to the strip, you have people from Oklahoma, people from Yokohama, people from Hong Kong. That's not a good representation of what Vegas is like, especially the downtown area. And it's very colorful. But if you're going to sit there and say Rosie hangs out with bums and is only comfortable with lowlifes, and the ghetto in Rosie comes out when she does these streams, the Baltimore ghetto, well, maybe it's the people that I relate to, and I'm more interested in their lives than the people that are down at Caesar's Palace dropping $1,000 on the pass line on a craps table and their life. They're not interesting to me. Thank you, Megan. Salt of the earth, they're not interesting to me. There's no story there that I care to hear about. But if you come out on the streets and you talk to people that actually live here, most of them have apartments. Most of them are just out here for socialization. And I got to thinking to myself, it's not me passing judgment on these people. You saw when I went over and I saw Pops. Pops was coming towards me last night. Of course, Pops, the old guy, down there off like 13th Street and Fremont Street. And I was concerned. I saw Pops rooting around a trash can there. And I was genuinely concerned that Pops didn't have anything to eat. Because he was talking about how he wanted something to eat. Hey, how you doing, Zeta? So my inclination is to just throw a few bucks to the guy and say, here you go, Pop. Make sure you get something to eat tonight. Is that disrespectful? No. Is that putting, giving somebody a little bit of a hand up? Yes. You kept asking if he ate. I love the compassion. Yeah, you got to have compassion out here. These people aren't here to be used. They're people to be appreciated. They're people to be talked to. We got veterans out here. We saw a veteran last night coming up, Marine Corps, served in Korea, fought some really major, horrific battles there, and now he's just a lost soldier, a Marine, out there in his wheelchair. Yeah, they have I'm over here with the construction site, JK. They're putting up another tower for the Grand Hotel. So, I know that most people aren't ever going to be comfortable in that kind of environment, but to me it feels very at home-ish. Because that place where I hang out was up there with Dee. That's about the area where I grew up, in Baltimore. So when I come at people down there, I come at them with a level of respect. Also, when we share a beer, you can't automatically assume a person's an alcoholic. You can't assume a person's a drug addict. We got people that are divorced. We got people whose families have disintegrated. We have people that have had run-ins with the law, okay, and their life gets upended. And for whatever reason, they're on the streets, financial mismanagement, inability to hold a job. Any of those things can happen down here. Why did you think of my West Indian party? I didn't see him, Harvey. I'm not watching much content when I'm on the road. So I'd say please take it easy. And if I buy somebody a beer, like I said, don't assume that they're an alcoholic and you're feeding a habit of alcoholism. Not one of those people ever came up and asked me for a beer. Okay? All right, a couple people on the street will ask you, do you have a few dollars? I'm trying to stay in the shade here. And I never turn anybody down on there. Not because the camera's on, but because that's my nature to be that way. As it would be your guys' nature. Okay? And that's the truth. So if I put a beer in somebody's hand and offer, hey, let's have a beer and have a little bit of a pop-up party, you know what's happening? Number one, they're feeling better about people that come through Las Vegas as tourists. Okay? That's number one. They're thinking not everybody's a douchebag, high roller that's down on Fremont Street or up on the Strip. There's some people that really care and come in and want to get to know the real Las Vegas. Number two, it puts a smile on their face. Each and every one of them is like, man, I had such a good time hanging out with you and Dee, whether it was Cadillac, Pops, Cowboy, any of them. The one thought that they leave with, and then the reason they're happy to see you when you come back, hey Rosie, hey Dee, yeah, how you doing? And I'm starting to get pretty well known down in the downtown area, being an international YouTube celebrity and all that. But it sure feels good. It sure feels good.
Good morning.
Good
You
morning.
look beautiful today.
So do you. Thank you.
I'll see you later.
You okay? My fan club. Yeah, smiles cause less friends. And you can't see one of these people that's ever been upset by having a pop-up party on the block. They're happy. More people come up, you pay $2.50 to have a beer, and you have a real socializing experience. A real socializing experience when you're hanging there with them. You got to know a little bit about their lives they share. You know how many veterans are out on these streets out here? Don't have the ability to get transportation to go to a VA clinic and those kind of. It bothers me, and I always have a soft spot for veterans, as you guys know. So don't assume that these people aren't having a good time. And maybe it's nice once in a while if somebody comes down the street and says, hey, I like you guys, let's hang out, let's party a little bit, let's pop a beer, let's get to know each other, let's socialize. Yeah, you know, that's exactly right, Megan Fox. You know how many people need an ear? Exactly. And anyone that I would want on my side at these times, these guys, exactly. These guys are survivors. One of my commentators said these guys are like the roaches of Las Vegas. I'm like, really? Wow, how you doing? These guys are like the roaches of Las Vegas. Can you believe it? And I asked the person for clarification. Well, they'll be the survivors in the event of the, financial collapse or whatever. These will be the guys that'll live through. And I said, you're probably correct. If you live low to the ground, you don't have far to fall. Smile and a kind word, have a good time. Yeah, you might be the only person that looks them in the eye and speaks to them that day. Plus, you can imagine when you're wheeling down the street, your clothes might not be the cleanest. You're pushing a wheelchair, things like that. A lot of people are naturally gonna cross the street or move away from that kind of scene because they think they're gonna be in danger. It is. That's why I say, JK, a lot of these people have housing that they go to, apartments that they share with other people. But they don't have cell phones. They don't have internet. They're very old school. Very old school in the way that they socialize and communicate. So yeah, they are survivors. You have, you hear people referring to, yeah, less than. And I always end my live streams by saying everybody counts for something in life. Everybody matters in life, and it's kind of like the Marine Corps. I don't like to leave anybody behind. That's for damn sure. Michaela, how you doing this morning, sweetheart? Not living a life, or are they? That's a good question. You know, Megan Fox, that's the $24,000 question today. I go up to these casinos. I'll see a guy sitting down in the slot machine. He's pounding away, putting $20 bills into the slot machine. And his wife comes over and slaps him backside the head. Hey, you know, we do have to get home, blah, blah, blah. And before you know it, they're fighting, they're miserable. And you don't see a lot of people that are happy. You don't see a lot of people that are really happy in casinos. Really. And these people were the happiest people I saw, even though they didn't have a damn thing in life down there. Hey, I'm not advocating that anybody go out and spend a day with a homeless person or a street person. I'm not advocating that at all. There's definitely dangers out there. There's some big guys. There's women that will just light you up out there. Reed instruments are difficult to play. Whatever, Jake. So, you know, give me a break on that kind of shit. It's not what you enjoy doing, it's what I enjoy doing. You'll hear people say, you know, I can't watch somebody out on the street for 3, 4, or 5 hours doing the stream. But yet you'll see that there's some of the most watched streams down here, because you never know what's going to happen. You turn down an alley, you see stuff you'd never see, creepy stuff, and it's really cool. Morning. That's what I like, the unpredictable. Someone just tweeted that Vinny G had a stroke and he died. He's not died. You're a troll that's never been in here before, Bucktooth. So you're gone. All right. That's just a troll. All right. Let's see what some people do. All right, so obviously people enjoy the content a lot when they come on the street stream. They like it when I click on that flashlight. They like that when I go creeping around the fences, around old hotels and all that. It's a reminder to be thankful for what you have, because exactly. That's messed up. That's what makes the void the void. You'll have people that come on a post like that, and they have no content of their own. Elbow, look, they've told me that Elbow's cruising for a bruising, making false accusations about Tucker. I've heard this stuff for 4 years, okay? Anybody that would physically assault somebody because of YouTube, they themselves are the one that has the problem. If you're that over involved in what somebody's doing, when all you have to do is click off, unsubscribe, block, and move on. Okay, take care, JK. Yeah, it's good to be out there on the streets. When the trip is over, I'm just having a little black and mild cigar. Greatest ever. How are you, sweetie? When the trip is over, by morning, I have a half of one at night and a half of one. I have a few on the chooch and stuff. Thank you, Michaela. You're sweet. So people enjoy the streams. People will put that kind of misinformation. Take care, Rebecca. Nice to see you. That's what I say. If you're that over invested in it, that obviously a guy that plays WWE on YouTube can get you all riled up. And let's face it. Let's be honest. Let's talk turkey here. You saw Jack Sparrow did a video today. You can see his comment sections and stuff. Right? There's people that are always going to have a difference of opinion. Most of us look at Tucker as a nice guy that, takes the money in and distributes it to charitable causes throughout the year. But there are a measure of people that will second guess that and, they'll say things, this guy was the most strident person against e-begging, blah, blah. So it cuts two ways on here. It really does cut two ways. So it just goes with the turf. No, Vinny G did pass away. Just anybody that talks about Vinny, just give him the boot. Okay. Vinny didn't pass away. Love you, greatest ever. I don't know. You'll get an invitation, though, Egyptian. I'll let you know. You'll be the first to know. Make sure you bring a nice present, okay? Because you know why, Egyptian? Because I know you'll be watching, brother. I know you'll be glued to the video. That's the beautiful thing. They tell you they hate you, but they watch you all the time. Go figure. Human nature. Now, I want to talk about YouTube lowriders a little bit. How you doing, Nocturnal? And that's really the people that come on and complain that they're not getting the viewership, that the wealth of YouTube should be, okay, we have to go, okay, Tick, yeah, there we go, we have to go, okay, babe. And complain because they don't have enough people watching their content, and they talk about the way you look, who you look like, and things like that. That low riding stuff, and that they don't get enough people watching their content, and it's not fair that somebody like Rosie and Elvis take up the lion's share of the views on the Void when they go live. They don't ever stop to think. They don't ever stop to think that we've been doing this a long time. I never came on in the first year of my channel and whined about the number of subscribers, the second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year. It's most things in life. As in most things in life, it takes a long time to build up something worthwhile. And the people that come on and demand their taxes and demand money when they've not put the content, they've not built the base. Yeah, they haven't put in the work. And that's the thing that really is the bottom line. Smoking a party joint. Left wing wacko. Hey Shay. It takes years. I demand taxes from my watch time. Actually, Kit and Kat, you're one of the people that make streams great around here. Yeah, you expect to be a sensation overnight, Megan Fox, and what happens is you come in, you build your channel a certain way, and then you kind of, you hang your hat on that for your. Good morning, sweetie. How are you? Good. Thank you. Let's see. Vinny had a stroke. Yeah, you should monetize. YouTube cuts the live streaming options more and more. Probably so, Jen, because actually live streaming is not really good for business in the sense that it can cause some problems. Let's see. Marshall refuses to put any work or creativity in his content, demands we pay taxes. Well, the bottom line is, though, he's putting enough work in that people will watch. He'll fire up a stream and have between 150, 250 people in there. People watch. And that's it. Yeah, people are friendly here, huh? So when somebody talks about redistribution of wealth on YouTube, YouTube success is not built laying back on a bed somewhere, just commenting on the state of YouTube. I'm sorry, because that's not the stuff that people watch a week from now or a year. We watch to see them implode. I'm telling you what, though, I've been waiting for this implosion for 4 years. Okay. All right, RB Debs, how you doing today, sweetie? Nice to see you. I wouldn't hold your breath waiting for the implosion. See, these things never stay lit anyway. That's the problem. You know, the guy's a good speaker. Some of the words that come out of his mouth suck, but it holds the mission. You have to get off your haunches. That's exactly right. The sad news was Vinny had a stroke, I guess, on Monday. Probably as a result of his fracture of his ankle. It's not unusual to have a blood clot. Hopefully he'll be okay. Do not pay attention to the people that say, claim that Vinny's passed away. It's not true. Okay. Vinny has regular people. I know, I'm going to catch up on your video there on the road. Vinny has regular people that he communicates with. So I'm hoping that he's going to be okay. Jen, I hope you're doing good today. So don't complain. Get out there and do the work. Don't complain because Elvis and Rosie are, getting views on live streams. We're out here doing stuff. Bottom line with you should be that you will not enable a person who can work and support themselves, but instead take food donations intended for the youngest children. Instead, take food donations intended for the young children infirm. I'm not sure what that means. Will not enable. Bottom line with you should be that you will not enable a person. But then again, Aggie, you're making choices for other people. Okay, and we don't have the power to do that. We're not allowed to tell other people how to spend their money. Ginger, how you doing, honey? That's not our place. That's just as wrong to me as anything else when people come on and tell you you shouldn't give your money to this or you shouldn't give your money to that. You're making the call for what happens to other people's donations and the money that they've earned or the money they have. And it's very easy to paint that in a dark way and say, well, that person's on fixed income or that person's on disability. We don't have any idea the financial situation of people, but it makes good YouTube content to come out and claim that it's taking money away from disabled and people that are being taken advantage of. These people aren't kids on here. These people they're not living in a home with financial guarantors and guardians. Well, I've got wrenches in here, Ginger. Yeah. I got good moderators in here. It's no problem at all. Ever since Nightbot blocked me in live, I've been that out. It makes me agree that I blocked one of your moderators' name will see my chat. Well, as long as I can see you in here, Shay, it's all good. Okay? Let's face it, a lot of the anti-donation stuff is rooted in jealousy, and it's also rooted in dislike for the person. But as I said the other day, if you don't like the whole idea of donations and Patreons, and I don't have a Patreon, GoFundMes, I don't have a GoFundMe. If you don't like the idea of PayPal links, if you don't like the idea of Super Chat, I've yet to see one person do a hangout and bring YouTube to task for having this platform. Not one person has done a stream and shed light on YouTube. Don't hate the player, hate the game. If they wanted all this stuff to stop, they would set it up. But it's in YouTube's business to do this. It's in YouTube's business to do this. Good morning, Joan Ann Smith. There's the basic problem. If you don't like e-begging and people donating and tipping on YouTube, the place to address that is to YouTube itself, not to the people that are... YouTube wants us. YouTube has whole creator seminars that tell you how to capitalize on your channel and how to bring people to Patreon with private videos for Patreon members only. How to use the super chat and enable the super chat. How can I control? We don't know who's out there watching. Bobby's doing good. He's recovering well. Thank you. Food donations are intended for people who can't support themselves. I don't know what food donations mean, Aggie87. I don't know what you're talking about with food donations mean. I can't think of anybody that's giving food donations. I certainly do it when I'm out walking around and putting a few dollars in somebody's hand and making sure that they have something to eat. Bobby had a hip fracture there. Yeah, he's recovering nicely, thank you. Jack A. Blue, food donations. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what Aggie's talking about with food donations. It's like Norm F. Who am I? Yeah, nobody ever sent me food, Holly. You should send me down some brownies or something from Rochester. Some bad brownies. Holly's bad breath. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do when I go back for Friday night bikini weenie bikini make. I'm gonna make Holly's batshit crazy brownies. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, Marshall is who Aggie's talking about. Okay. I don't know. It doesn't bother me. What people do with their money is their business, and they get frustrated. They get very frustrated when people don't buy into that. Continue to do it. Now that you're retired, do you ever smoke weed? No, I'm not I'm into just drinking. Yeah, how about that? Holly's batshit crazy brownies. The way Elvis capitalizes is by getting under people's skin, like dislikes, comments. That all gets them. Of course it does. I'd like Colleen, but the more people that do hangouts and draw attention, that in itself draws more people into it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm just a little confused about Aggie's. Love baby, that's it. Love baby. You know, I'm not talking about personal though. I'm talking about taking food bank food when you can work. Well, I'm not one to tell somebody if they do YouTube that it's not a job. Bella Luna, sorry I missed the sad news. I'm doing good. It's not about me. Vinny G unfortunately had a stroke and was hospitalized. Yeah, but as far as telling people, how about Norm F? What am I supposed to tell Norm F? Norm F worked hard for his money. Are we going to tell Norm F who to donate to or not to donate to? You can. But at the end of the day, the people are going to do what they do. Legalize it. Don't criticize it. Even retirees like, that's good. Look, I'm all for legalizing marijuana for people to use. That's fine. I came running here. Yeah, sure. You came running here to troll me. Elvis is doing that. He learned it from his new friends. What can I tell somebody? And I've had many conversations with Marshall. What can you tell somebody that says, my job is being a YouTube entertainer. I put the time in, I do the hangouts, I do food reviews, I do RV reviews, some of which have 250,000 views on that. Who gets to decide in life? Yeah. Who gets to decide in life what's a job and what's not a job? Got a lot of people out there that are living the van life, trying to make a go of it. Stewie, what's up, Stewie? Sorry I missed your birthday yesterday. Happy birthday. Start your recorder, Stewie. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stewie. Ooh. Happy birthday to you. I fucking love Stewie. How you doing, Kim C? Nice to see you. If you're not making a living on it, then he needs a couple more jobs. That's exactly right, sister, but you know, he's beginning to make a living on it. And nice to see you, sister. Thank you for stopping by the chat. I'm in Arizona. The new friends are teaching him the local ropes on how to beat the system. Well, you know, we don't know, Aggie, what they're talking about. You know, we can kind of guess. Thank you, sweet pineapple. Yes, Stewie. Stewie just turned 25. Oh, today's your birthday too, Shamash. Happy birthday to you, sweetie. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shamash. Happy birthday to you. I wish people wouldn't strike Stewie, you know, shit. He brings good content and stuff like that. It's fun. Yeah, a new year. A new year coming up. So I don't know what point people decide that they get a pass on claiming YouTube is a career. Like, what would I say about Nomadic Fanatic, you know? He's got, what, almost 200,000 subs, sells all kinds of merch. And I don't think he's held a job for years. But I remember being on panels with Nomadic Fanatic in 2015 with Jory. When he had 22,000 subscribers and stuff. He was doing the same thing then. Now, because he's up to 200,000, all of a sudden it crosses over. Now it's a job. And I know he brings content. It's working for him, exactly. So, you know, that's exactly right, Sister Earth. Yeah, happy birthday to you. You love when I laugh. Damn, I got a tough night last night. I rammed into a cactus all up my thigh. I had a zillion little needles in my thigh. Every time I turned over in my sleep, it was like I was laying on a pincushion. Holy crap. I know, it was a hell of a stream last night. Yeah, there goes the horse. What I got is people that are pushing laundry carts by here with towels and sheets for the rooms and things. So, let's see, Left Wing says, I think Colleen banned me for being a backer of Dave. Colleen's a tough gal. Acupuncture, yeah. I had to actually get some tape out. Tape it to my leg, and they pulled them out. They bite back. Of all the places that I've streamed in the United States, this is absolutely the most physically demanding place, Las Vegas. Now they have all these plants in the desert are geared towards survival, and they protect themselves from like animals coming up and eating them. So they have all these thorny spikes and stuff, and it's dreadful. I missed everything yesterday, fellas. No problem. Where are we going tonight? I think we're going to make the graveyard run tonight. I've been challenged to go back down to Woodlawn Cemetery tonight. We'll check the heat. Last time we said that it was 106 degrees down there. Yeah, it's beautiful in wintertime. It is. How you doing, Robert? Handsome Robert in the chat. There you go. Handsome Robert. Good. How are you doing, my friend? Nice to see you. Woo! Handsome Robert. You guys ever noticed that best looking guys are on my stream? Yeah, I like chocolate. Yep. You're not blocked, Toon Cat. How you doing, Cindy? How are you? Your life has been in turmoil. Yeah, look, Steve Perry lookalike. I'm the Aerosmith Steve Tyler lookalike, which means I look like his daughter, Liv Tyler. Oh shit, that's funny as hell. Yeah, the chooch was really good last night. It was a great chooch. My favorite part was meeting that guy from Kenya. What an interesting guy. Good looking guy too. Had all his dreads in and everything. He was pretty cool. Yeah, thank you, Shay Shay. I don't ever let that stuff bother me. You gotta have a thick skin on here for sure. You gotta have a thick skin. So that's the plan for tonight. We'll be out there. I'm just waiting for D. He probably overdid it yesterday. He painted like, hey Bergs, how you doing? I'm gonna be picking up some of your merch as soon as I get the time. How you doing? Come up. It's a present, and I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see Bergs. Yeah, the wedding cake really blew him away. No, I'm not at the Rancho. I'm here in Las Vegas. I'll give you guys a look around here. Yeah, Liv Tyler with a little, the titties of Selma Hayek thrown in. This is the, yeah, I'm going to be making Holly's batshit crazy brownies on Friday night. They're doing construction over here. Yeah, it's going to be a long chooch tonight. We got a 6-mile run. Yeah, make sure you're subbed up to the Rosie McNamara channel too. Make sure you're subbed up to that too on here, okay? Do you know anything about Freemasons, or do you have any opinions about them? I don't really know a lot about Freemasonry. I grew up, Catholic, and my father was in the Knights of Columbus for a little while. Make a fish collar Rancho green. There you are. I don't know a lot about Freemasons. I think it's a lot of there's a lot of myth that's in that Freemasonry, I believe. I mean, my best friend in college was a Mason. Thank you, Ginger. Stalking. I think tonight's stream will be, today's going to be a good day with whatever chooch we do. How you doing, Otome? So I think tonight will be Tip Your Mod stream out here on YouTube. I'll have the full Streamlabs working. Just forgive the Nightbot's a little crazy. So if you want to say thank you to the mods on here, tonight will be the night to do that. What'd you find out about the metal tower? Nobody told me what the metal tower was down there. The kitchen was saved, so I slept with the dog. Okay. Yeah, Holly don't do bats. Holly doesn't do bats, man.
Welcome back to you.
Thank you. Today? Nice to see you.
Yeah, it's nice to see you too. Let us know if you need anything, okay?
Okay, thank you. Always the good-looking guys talk to you. You think that tower, actually that tower was not the Showboat Casino. That was not the old Showboat Casino. So We're going to go about 5 more minutes. If anybody has anything else that they want to add today, it's going to be a very hot one in Las Vegas today. Tomorrow will be the topless pool adventure. It's fun, and I think Friday night we'll do something. Hey Cheryl, how are you, sweetie? Hanging in there, I hope. So there'll be more. Can't really show too much of the topless pool. I need to know it. Yeah, somebody will tell me what the tower is. Vegas Vixen's husband, who's an OG Las Vegas, one of the few people born and raised here. He's about 55 years old. He knows what that tower is. He knows exactly what that tower is, so we'll see. The thing's got some open on both ends of the sides, like it carries a big cable or something. Have a great day, Tune. Yeah, you can't show too much on YouTube at the topless pool. Maybe I'll have to fire up Chatterbait. Oh, shit. I also want to try the Black's Beach down in San Diego. Someone told me it was an old casino tower, Jerry something casino. Okay. Stay cool today. Oh, Jerry's Nuggets Casino Tower. Okay. NAZ, if you're the one that is correct on that, you'll get the $25 gift card. Can you recap what did Vinny? I woke up this morning, to May. I got a text message from Awesome Hooker, and she said Vinny had suffered a stroke and was hospitalized. That's all the information that I have at this point in time. So thoughts and prayers for Vinny. So I think Dee and I are gonna, when I get him rousted, we're gonna make our way over to Denny's, have a breakfast over there. Arizona is in a heat warming though today, yeah. Hey Cindy, how you doing? It's gonna be 108. Yeah, poor Vinny. Yep. Vinny's a tough bird though. I imagine he'll be okay. Oh, he was live for a few minutes this morning from the hospital. Oh, okay. Cool. Glad. That's a good sign. See, Vinny's a YouTube addict. They bought the Moringa. Okay, let me know how that works out. Let me know how that Moringa works for you. She's had good success with that. Oh, hard to hear and understand. Okay, he's feeling better already. Usually if they can get that clot-busting drug to you, good morning, Amy's. If they can get that clot-busting drug in you, TPA or whatever it's called. Yeah, blood pressure has a lot to do with stroke. So does breaking a bone when you're older. You have a loose piece of a clot and it gets stuck in the heart, or it goes to the lung, or it goes to the brain. Having a studio trucked over to the ER. Yeah, it is scary. It is definitely scary. And I do wish him all the best. Cobra! Let's see. Good morning. I missed Cobra on there. Thought I missed him on here. Vinny had a stroke last night. How you doing, Carl? So please keep him in your thoughts and your prayers. Isn't that our sign for Jerry's? The sign's gone, but it could be. Could be Quinny. So whoever told me first about the sign for Jerry's here, let me get the name of this person. Trying to scroll up. Just NAZ, what is that? NAZ Bear Grow. Just send me a message at icanmakeitlikenew@gmail.com. If it's correct, you're the first one that came on here today. you'll have the $25 Amazon gift card. Just give me your Gmail and I can send that to you if it turns out to be correct. Always good to see you too. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead. It's at the hour mark. I'm kind of hungry. So thank you for being on the chat. Vinny, God bless. All good thoughts and prayers for you and your family. Hit that like button on the way out if you don't mind. I appreciate it. Yeah, he'll be back live from the hospital. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Hit that thumbs up button and stay cool. And don't forget tonight, tip out your mods night on the stream, okay? Make our mods happy tonight. Ooh.